So, in today's video, we're talking about why a lot of men will hurt you and don't care if they do, and what to do about it. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it.
Listen to me right now. He knew that what he was doing would hurt you. He knew and he did it anyway because he knows that it's easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. Why are you letting this man, at his big age, act as if he did not know what he was doing was wrong? Like he didn't know sliding in another woman's DMs was a no-no. Like he didn't know giving a woman his number was wrong. Like he didn't know communicating with his ex, even if it was supposed to be innocent, was wrong. One of the biggest mistakes I feel like women make in relationships is allowing men to use ignorance as an excuse. He overlooks the laundry. He acts like, I didn't even know the laundry needed to be done. Yes, you did. You were looking for clean underwear. What do you mean? He's acting like, I didn't know I was supposed to cook, but you're sitting there and you're hungry. The kids are hungry. Like, letting men play this whole, I didn't know, I'm just a dumb guy. Like, no. These men are well aware of the potential consequences before they do these actions, but they're willing to risk it. And any man who genuinely loves you would never risk the relationship. He knew that what he was doing would hurt you, but he did it anyway.
Lessons learned from my over 14-year-old marriage and post-divorce now is that when a man is acting up, when a man is being inconsistent, when a man is showing his pattern, is using distance, punishment, silent treatment, stonewalling, when you have a man who is checking Instagram DM constantly, when a man is saying he's so busy, cannot engage with you or your children, when a man cannot take you out on date night even once in a while, when he chooses to go out to parties and outings with side chicks and travel with side chicks and not you. What I learned is save yourself those long text messages and voice notes and begging and crying and doing too much, trying to prove yourself. So, men know what they are doing. They are very calculating, very intentional. Not all men, but there's a lot of men who have been conditioned to think they're entitled to women's body, to entitled to have children with women, and then just act like they're single or act like they're just here by themselves and don't care about the feelings of the people that they are impacting. Save yourself, save your dignity, and the other answer is boundaries. Set your boundaries and keep those boundaries set in stone. But sometimes you might need to consider setting parallel boundary. So the boundary, but you're flexible with it. You're spending a whole 30 minutes or whatever doing the chick, just cut it down to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So parallel or modified is what I mean to say. Modified boundary setting, modify it. So let me know if you ever come across a man who has hurt you, but they act like, sometimes they do that and they act like it's all your fault. You did it, or gaslight you, or manipulate you, or make you feel like if you hadn't done XYZ, then they wouldn't act that way. Relationships are not supposed to be roller coaster or cause you anxiety. Any relationship that's going to cause you insomnia, anxiety, and or depression, or feel like you want to unalive yourself, run, baby girl, run. Okay, bye.
When a man start doing foolish things to you, taking you for granted, taking you as a joke, getting way too comfortable in a relationship, it's time to shake things up. You have to disappear. No need to explain. They already know what they're doing. They're not dumb. They're not dumb like y'all think. And y'all gotta stop believing that these men are not emotional. They are, in their own way. Which is why you need to disappear, because you're going to see that man react from his emotions. You're going to see that man calling you from different numbers if you block them, blowing your phone up and everything. That's reacting from their emotions. Now, what you need to do is start thinking logically like a man and start being selfish.
he wants to start doing these things to me, I'm gone. I'm not going to go off on you. I'm going to stay calm. Because now you're going to have them in confusion. That's what you need them to be in, confusion. What is it that I got to do to get her back? Yeah, let them be stressed. Now let's say you married this man. Give them the silent treatment. That's what they need. I don't care about what people are saying about abuse. It was abusive the way he was treating you this whole time. So now you have to match energy.
So for those of you that know my story, buckle up, I have an update. And for those of you that don't know my story, buckle up because I got a story for you. So long story short, for whoever doesn't know, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me and got the girl pregnant that he cheated on me with. And I didn't find out until she was like 4 months pregnant and we were still dating. We, of course, broke up though. So recently, as in this morning, I found something else out. And you know, like when you're going through a breakup and new things just keep coming up throughout however long you're broken up. For me, it's been 9 months and I am still finding things out, which is literally terrible. So to cut to the chase here, last year, him and I went to Spain. This was his idea. He invited me to come there because he was there doing some work and he literally flew me out there. Come to find out this morning, he had this other girl there in Spain right before I got there. So of course I'm sitting here like bamboozled because I'm like, what? So we were basically like taking turns. Like she left and I flew in. I literally don't know whether to like laugh or cry. There is a very special seat in hell for this man. Like I knew things were bad, but like I really didn't think they could keep getting worse. I just personally don't understand how a human being could do these things to somebody that they claim they love and want to spend their life with and just not have remorse. Like, I'm not even sad about it anymore because I've just accepted this is just who he is. But it definitely still messes with my head because I'm like, how? Like, how did we end up here? How did I not see all of this? How was I missing this? And mind you, Spain was like one of my favorite places I've ever visited. Like I loved it so much, I literally wanted to move there. And he completely just ruined that for me. Like literally had another girl there less than a week before I got there. I just personally feel so taken advantage of by somebody that I obviously loved and cared about. And it literally makes me sick.
Stay silent if there's something a man does that upsets you. This does not mean you give your man the silent treatment. When you tell a man how much they actually hurt you, do you know what that does in their brain? They think of it as a triggering sort of nagging situation, like how their mom was with them. And so they don't really respect you as much if you're telling them verbally what they did to you that actually hurt you. So instead, what you do is you just stay silent. You don't tell them what they did wrong. You know what this allows them to do? This allows them to reflect on their behavior without you really having to say anything. And trust me, men are not dumb. Men know what they did to hurt your feelings. They will sit there, think about what they did, and they'll come back to you. Because everything is an energy source, okay? The minute you're giving in so much of your hurt and your disdain, like, oh my God, why did you do this to me? Da, da, da. All it does is just allow the guy to give you that space and that type of emotion that you're feeling. It doesn't get them to really want to try and problem solve. When you are giving them silence, you're almost saying something without really saying something. You've upset me. I don't like this, and I'm going to walk away from the situation. That allows or triggers a man to go into his problem-solving skills and figure out what does he need to do to make you feel good again. I promise you, being silent is your superpower as a woman. It's not like you're shutting out your man, but what you don't do is you don't tell him that you hurt me by doing this and that. You just simply sit there, make a very uncomfortable looking face. A man will literally feel your energy. They will feel how upset you are. And that is way more powerful than your words. I promise you right now. Your energy will say so much without having to say anything, and he will work hard to figure out what's going on with you. This has happened every single time with my relationships. The times that I have just straight up been so emotional or so like trying to like hey, you hurt me this way. It does not have the same impact than if you were to just stay silent and have them reflect on their own behavior and have them come back to you. Their brains work way differently than us. And it gets them to figure out, why is she staying away from me? Well, I don't like this. I want her energy back. That is the best thing you can do as a woman, is not to just talk, use your mouth all the time. Use, your body language and your energy to get your point across. It's extremely powerful. And you won't use any extra emotional energy on anything, because at the end of the day, this person messed up and it's their opportunity to go and fix it. If they don't, what kind of guy does that show you? I mean, really, he needs to be the one to work something out with you. That's his job. Stay safe, ladies.
You want to know why so many men get out here and they continuously damage? I mean, intentionally, their whole motive and purpose is to use, abuse, and run through as many women as possible. You want to know why? Because their mothers have conditioned them to believe that women are to give them unlimited chance after chance after chance when they f up. It is toxic programming and toxic conditioning of their weak ass enabling coddling mothers. I had an ex, an old relationship. We're talking about 7-8 years ago. And I remember when I was breaking up with him, because I caught him cheating. One of the last things he said to me was, I ain't worried about nothing. All my exes come back. All my exes come back. Like, he was so arrogant and he was so sure of himself when he said that shit to me. And all I could think about in the back of my mind was, well, nigga, it's time for a change. Because I ain't about to be like none of your exes. I ain't never coming back. And trust and believe, that was 7-8 years ago. I never went back, never held a conversation with him. 7 might be 8 years consistently. He has never heard from me. There has been several attempts where he has tried to bully me. I had to get a restraining order against him. He has sent people to bully me. He sent his new bitch to bully me. Bitch emails me out the blue. We live in 2 different counties. He got this bitch watching me. She reaches out to me. No, nigga, you're supposed to be enjoying your new life with your new bitch. Don't use her to get a rise or a reaction out of me. He could not process the fact that I wasn't coming back, because he has a history of dealing with women who always ran back. Weak bitches, toxic bitches, narcissistic bitches, toxic codependents. Those women like playing mind games and competing and going back and forth with niggas. So those are the types of women he's accustomed to dealing with. Women that behave like his mama, because his mama acts the same way. Ladies, you want to be that one girl that stands out from the rest of his exes. Don't you ever go back to bad treatment. Don't you connect or interact with any of his people. He will bully you. He will send people to stalk and bully you when he realizes you're not going to break or fold or run back to the bullshit he was feeding you. Men abuse women because they're accustomed to patterns of toxic behavior that they refuse to break or heal from.
Ladies, can you please do me a favor and stop asking why men do the things they do? Because the reality is, you don't want to hear the truth, which is because they can. They do these things because they can. They waste your time because they can. They try to sleep with you early because they can. They date multiple girls at the same time because they can. They cheat on the girl they're dating because they can. They lie because they can. Why would a guy tells me he really likes me but then do X, Y, and Z? Because he can. And so many women waste so much time, waste so much emotional turmoil in trying to figure out why. And I need to understand, but why? Because what are you going to do when you get that information? Okay, he cheated on you with this girl that you don't like because he's a complete prick with no regard or respect for you. Does that make you feel better? Of course it's not going to make you feel better. Stop using why as a reason to be stuck. Why is hitting you guys like super glue, keeping you stuck in place while that man is moving on, living his best life, not thinking about you once, let alone twice. Meanwhile, you're thinking about him every minute of every day. Being sad about why a guy did what he did to you and, why he hurt you, I understand that. That's a natural part of life, and that's a grieving process that you have to go through as a woman. I get that. Take the word why out of your grieving process. Just deal with the facts. He did this to me. What is the logical explanation? The logical explanation is he doesn't respect me. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't like me. And take that and use that to heal. Because that harshness will help you conclude. It will help you summarize this situation in your mind and your heart. Because the reality is, when you understand that someone doesn't care about you, there's not much else to it. And I think a lot of women can't fathom that because they think, I'm a good girl, I'm a nice girl, I would have done anything for you. They don't care because you're not the only one. There are multiple women, for a lot of men, who will do anything for them, especially if these are kind of men are dangling the carrot of relationship and marriage, because that's what a lot of women want. So a very easy trick for men to employ is to make it seem like they see you as girlfriend, wifey, to get what they want from you, to use you, because a lot of men want to use you. Let me be for real. So if you're able to stop worrying about the why and focus on your healing and focus on moving forward and focus on moving away from that person physically, mentally, with any of your time, you will heal faster and you will be able to go again with the relevant knowledge and the relevant experience. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Do men feel bad whenever they hurt a woman and leave her damaged emotionally? And why do they not apologize for treating her so poorly? So here's what you got to understand about these guys. A lot of these guys don't care anything about making amends, okay? They do not care about your emotions. They do not care about your feelings. They do not care about anything you're passionate about. They don't care about that. They are only in it for themselves, okay? So if you're waiting on an apology from someone that damaged you to this degree, you're not going to get that, okay? A man that is genuinely apologetic only has to say he's sorry one time for that bad behavior. After that behavior and after that apology, every single action from there on will show you that he is not willing to let himself get to that point again. Okay? That's not to say that he won't mess up and he won't make mistakes in other areas or other behaviors, because nobody's perfect. But whenever it damages you, whenever it hurts your feelings, whenever it is something that genuinely bothers you, he will adapt and make changes in his behavior. He will deal with it in such a way that you will not feel insecure. You will not feel as though you are being used or deceived, and you will not have to worry about that feeling, that specific feeling, ever again, because actions will speak louder than words.
Narcissistic and toxic people know that they have done you wrong. They know that their actions have affected you in a negative way. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. Actually, I have narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic people will do you wrong and pretend to not know what they've done to you. They know what they have done to upset you, but by playing stupid and acting like they haven't done anything wrong, they get you to mention what they've done wrong. And when you mention what you have done wrong, they can pretend like they didn't know what they did affected you in such a negative way. Oh man, I didn't, damn, really? That hurt your feelings like that? I had no idea. But they really, really did. They knew that cheating on you, hitting you, lying to you, manipulating you, stealing from you, or going behind your back and doing something dirty to you, they knew that those actions would hurt you or did hurt you. By not bringing it up and just by denial, they can just pretend that they didn't know. And once you bring it up, they can just say, oh, dang it, I had no idea that affected you in such a negative way. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I won't do that again. So that's why I tell people, when you're dealing with a narcissistic person that has wronged you and they're pretending like nothing has happened, don't tell them what they've done wrong to you. Typically, if you can, just cut off access to you. I literally have this situation going on in my real life right now with an old narcissistic friend that did me wrong and pretended like he didn't know what he did wrong. So what I've done is just cut off access. If you can cut off access, you should do the same thing. Do not give them a list of things that they have done wrong. Sometimes losing you or losing access to you is the karma and accountability that they need in their life sometimes. If they're pretending to be dumb and play stupid, so what's going on? You've been distant lately. Is anything wrong? And then you tell them, guess what? Now they can pretend like they didn't know what they did affected you. Oh my God, I had no idea that That right there, that lying to you and cheating on you, and I didn't know that it affected you so badly. Well, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Gotcha. That Kanye West meme? Gotcha. Now what we're really doing here today is, seriously, they know, y'all. Do not tell them what they've done wrong to you, because that just gives them permission to come back into your life. It gives them access to your life again, and they'll just continue to mess you up.
You want to be a complete badass in how you deal with men. When men do something you don't like, you give them no energy. Whenever a man does something you don't like and you give him a whole lot of emotional reaction, you're cussing him out, yelling at him, crying, begging him to do different, begging him to do better, you're actually giving him energy. Men don't interpret that the same way we do as women. It's not how men operate. Men look at it and just go, oh, so you're still invested, which means I can still do this behavior and still gain access to you. Ghost them. You don't speak to them for days at a time. You go completely silent. You begin to distance yourself. You start having activities, hobbies, and interests outside of them. You pour your interest there, which you should already be doing anyways.
Never seek validation in a man that puts you down. You can be the best woman in the world. You can be the best of both worlds, but that man does not care anything about you. Every time you do something amazing and you look to be validated by your man and he is the one who constantly puts you down, you set yourself up for disappointment. Disappointment leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to depression. And anxiety and depression often leads to trauma. Seeking validation from someone who's abusive is not a good move. No matter how good you are, how great you are, you will never be able to satisfy a person that is abusive, because it's about them having the power and control over your life. You don't need validation to be great.
One of the most dangerous manipulation tactics is when someone wrongs you, then acts like nothing happened. They'll smile, chat, and behave as if they didn't betray the hell out of you without ever offering an apology or taking accountability. It seems like they just want you to move on, but it's more sinister than this. This is manipulation. A calculated mix of gaslighting, triggering, and confusion, to be exact. They want you at war with yourself, so you're too distracted to hold them accountable. And if you do snap, they get to play the victim, so bonus. The key is not to gloss over it or blow up and confront it. As soon as someone like this attempts something like that, as calmly as you can, try this. No hard feelings, but I'm not interested in engaging like this with you given the history of what was done. Then leave it at that and go your own way. It's not rude to protect your peace by refusing to participate in chaos. Boundary up. I hope this helps.